neighborhood watch so they never check his freezer. Fox News contributor Tom Shalhoub. At his restaurants, the plates warn you that he's very hot. Chef and restaurant owner Andrew Gruel. Her favorite Christmas movie, The Exorcist. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Timpf. And old ladies pine for his Yule log. Former NWA World Champion, host of Planet Tyrus, our guest Tyrus. So, Tom, I'm really happy you jogged here.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Did you just get done with your paper routes? So anyway, it seems like the most consistent through line, and I've noticed this over the very weeks that we do these stories, is always no accountability. And it seems like a problem that the Democrats might be able to solve if they wanted to.
Yeah, and they won't point to the fact that there was no oversight. They've been spending the week trying to blame the National Guard shootings on Trump, saying, oh, he put them in harm's way, when it was really this program. I never trusted this program in the first place.
Of course
When
not.
they were like, oh, we got to bring them over, our allies. Let's look at our allies in the Middle East, how that has worked out. Let's see, our allies in the 1980s, Iran-Iraq war. Osama bin Laden.
Yes.
He was our ally, right? He turned against us. Then we had the Iraq War. Remember, we de-Baathified, and then we had the Shiites. We put the Shiites in power. The first thing the Shiites did, Muqtada al-Sadr, he turned the guns on the Americans. Again, they always turn on us. I never believed that this, we got to have our translators. I don't think they were even, were they translating the right words, those translators?
You can never tell.
No, they were like, oh.
You need a translator to watch the translator.
Yeah, they didn't have them. We were like, oh, let's just find some locals. They'll translate. And the guy was like, tell them we come in peace. And I was like, the devil says they come in peace. I only trust the ones who were here before 9/11. Because remember, after 9/11, it was like all the Middle Easterners, they were on their best behavior, like on the West Side over here in Hell's Kitchen. We had it was United Deli. And the guy changed the name after 9/11 to United States Deli. Like he wrote states on his sign and put like a little arrow. And then, you'd go in there and be like, Yankee Doodle.
Well, I would take that over what's going on in Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. So anyway, Andrew, you run restaurants. There's always oversight. You watch the money go in. If you didn't do it, you'd go out of business. That's the difference.
Yep.
You don't go out of business when you do this in government. You just get more money.
Well, and you say no oversight. So there is oversight. There's selective oversight. Notice how there's no oversight when they're in charge, but then when Trump is in charge, suddenly it's like they're listening to every single phone call, and you got Alexander Vindman on there like, Trump breathed in, not out, so that means the following, right?
Yeah.
It's like then it's the most granular oversight. It's absolutely absurd. There's a reason why you don't let predators within 100 miles. It should be, but within 100 feet of a school zone. And there's a reason why Democrats should be nowhere near Washington, D.C., because they're always going to be raping the coffers. They're going to be ripping the money out, and they're going to be stealing it for their friends. And the thing is that their policies, we always say, oh, well, Trump's in charge now, so it's on him. They have mastered, I'll give this to them, they have mastered the ability to plant the seed and let it germinate into the future. So we're dealing with the issues that they created 10, 15 years ago. Remember Iraq, as you said, and Afghanistan and all those other words that I didn't understand, is that, oh, well, we're going to go fight the war on their soil so we don't have to do it here. And everyone's like, that sounds so good. And guess what? We're fighting the war on our soil now.
Yeah, it's true. Kat, first of all, congratulations. Congratulations on landing the West Hollywood account for selling Sunset.
Yep.
Oh, nobody watches the real estate shows.
Yeah, I only watch Love After Lockup. Not a lot of home ownership going on there.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Why do you think there's no accountability at all? It seems, again, I keep saying, like, the Democrat Party could change overnight.
I have a theory for one of the many reasons there's no accountability, because there are, I think, many reasons, and thankfully we just don't, or unfortunately we just don't have enough time.
Yeah.
But if you look at this not in a vacuum, but my first thought was just how many decades, how many years of how many mistakes related to Afghanistan have we seen overall?
Yeah.
And who has been responsible for any of that? We don't know the names of people who mostly have been the ones to make these mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, even going back to the withdrawal, people are like, oh, it's Biden's fault. Okay, but how much was he really involved in anything?
Probably nothing.
Who was punished for any of that?
Yeah.
And what happens is, I feel like just blaming Democrats, like, okay, it's the Democrats. Like, who? Who is it? Who's doing this stuff? Because it's like Democrats blame Republicans, Republicans blame Democrats, and then everybody's just so interested in this politically motivated blame game that they're not actually interested in blaming the actual people responsible. I can think of not really a better example than such a lack of accountability, and we're getting continuing bad negative outcomes from something quite like the Middle East situation.
That is true.
I mean, it's just how many decades are we still dealing with this? And we haven't seen any real consequences for the people who actually up here.
Yeah, that's true. $1 trillion. At least $1 trillion spent there, $1 trillion, and then just the death of our
lives,
military.
And then also people who went there and did come back. You're not the same after that.
No, what a mess, what a mess. I like your sinus infection voice.
You know what? It's really, I really am the real hero for being here. Yeah.
Tyrus, if we think about this too much, we will go crazy. If we will go, because we know what the problem is.
Well, it's blatant corruption. It's blatant. But the biggest thing is, like, we have to stop electing people that we know have no real life experience. I think a lot of the times when we see these politicians, their idea of what criminals are is stuff they see on TV. So they think every person that's arrested is a poet.
Yeah.
Or just misunderstood. And you'll even hear it in their dumbass speeches when they're like, oh, they're just stealing bread.
Yes.
Like it was an AOC. It was like, it's just so they get bread so they can eat. Like they lobbyists and stuff, they put these people in position because they're just going to read the script. And they don't have enough. You don't have to be a Democrat or a Republican or Libertarian or anything to be like, I'm mad. That should be there across the board. That should never happen. And it happened in our state. It happened in our capital. No, heads a roll. Let's get to the bottom of this. That should be a united front. But immediately, because they have these people who are just yes people, and they just want to get money and be in front of a camera, that they'll sell their soul for. And it's not just politics. It's everywhere. But they will sell their soul just so they can get in front of a camera and talk in generalities. The Democrats, the Republicans, black people, white people, gays, trans. You just say a box on it, and then everyone will take the box. Well, it must be the blacks this time, and you sprinkle some trans in there with the black box, and a couple of socialists in there. They'll just give everyone blanket statements. There's no accountability. That's why you can't arrest anyone. You live in bubbles in your little tents. We have to start going first name, last name of the son of who voted for this? What legislation was this? Or who was the one that we're not protecting our soldiers? Or who's tipping off this, that? We need to start, as Cap mentioned earlier, we need to start going after the individuals. But that also means we have to vote better.
All right. Where'd my pen go?
Yes.
I was losing my pen. I was going crazy. Yeah.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.